Hello everyone, this is Divya working as assistant professor in EEE department at St. Peter's Engineering College. So today I want to explain about how to obtain a transfer function of a block diagram or else how to reduce the block diagram by using a block diagram reduction techniques. So here I am sharing the example with you. So here total there exist six elements. Four are forward loop gains and two are feedback path gains. That means G1, G2, G3, G4 here, which are showing with the violet color highlighted. Those are the forward path gains, and H1 and H2 are the feedback path gains. So to explain about it, I want to introduce about I want once again I want to review about what are the block diagram reduction techniques. So there exist total 8 reduction techniques. As early as possible we will see the reduction techniques also. So once again I am going to do it. So initially when we are considering the number of gain blocks which are in series connection, those can be replaced with the a single block having the product of gains like this. If G1, G2 are connected in series, we can represent it with only G1 and G2 with same input and same output. If number of blocks are connected in parallel, we can replace it with single block representing the summation of the gains like G1 plus G2, and we can move the summing point ahead of the block to behind the block, and we can move the summing point behind the block to ahead of the block, and we can move the branch point ahead of the block to behind the block and behind the block to ahead of the block. And also we can eliminate the feedback loop by considering the overall transfer function for any feedback consisting loop or else for unity feedback system also, right? And we can swap two summing points or else number of summing points which are connected adjacently, we can swap each other. And now coming to the example, I want to explain how to solve this example by using block diagram reduction techniques or else how to determine the transfer function for this particular given control system. So here total how many number of gains existing here? Four forward loop gains are existing here and two reverse feedback paths are existing here. That means H1 and H2 are the reverse paths. Here H1 is also negative feedback and H2 also negative feedback, right? Total how many summing points existing in the given control system? There exist 1, 2 and 3, 4. Total 4 summing points existing here. So initially what we have to consider, so see here, this is the given block diagram, right? So by seeing this block diagram here, there is a branch point also. I am representing this branch point with a point A and this point with point B. Okay, initially what I want to do is initially apply the rule that the branch point or pick off point or take off point which can be ahead of the block G2, right? So here I can apply, I can remove this A point here and I can convert this to here, right? So here apply the rule, that is moving the pick off point or take off point or branch point ahead of the block G2. And what you have to do, you have to eliminate this loop, right? We have to eliminate this loop. That means initially if we shifted the point A from here to here, that means then what we can do, we can simplify this loop, right? So here, see here what I done here. Previously the point A is here, that means H1 G2 is connected here, but now where I connected this one, I moved ahead of the block, right? So here I am simplifying the blocks G2, G3 and G4. Here G2 and G3 both are connected in series connection. Series connection means it can be represented by the product of the two blocks. That means G2 into G3. Now G2 into G3 is connected in parallel with G4. Why? Because the input B is given to G2, G3 same as well G4. So now these two blocks in parallel. So what will happen? the output should be the summation of G4 and G2, G3. That means G4 plus G2, G3 is the output here. So here I am representing that one with G4 plus G2, G3. And here there exists the H2 same as it is. So I am providing the H2 path here, right? The H2 I am providing here, and this is a negative feedback, right? So initially here there exists H1 and G2 are also in series condition. Why? Because here I consider H1, here that is G2. Now what I am doing, I am moving this A point from here to here. So for moving the A point, what I have to do, I have to connect F1 additional G2 here, right? So for that reason I connected G2 here. Okay, so now what will happen here, H1 and G2 are also in series connection, right? So what is the output here, G1 H1 into G2, that is the output which we obtain here. Now what we will do, we will move the branch or takeoff point or pick off point from B2 behind the block G4 plus G2 plus G3. That means B is existing here, right? Here. Now what we have to do, we have to move this from here to here behind the block. So what we will do now to move that one, so what I am doing is, see here, 1 divided by, so here I represented 1 divided by G4 plus G2 into G3. Why I represented that equation? Because here I can say that I have to move the branch point or takeoff point from ahead of the block to behind the block. If I have to move any branch point or takeoff point from ahead of the block to behind the block, what is the element we have to add in it? That is 1 by that gain. Here what is the gain path here? That is G4 plus G2 G3. So I am inversing this gain and I am connecting the branch point here, right? So I am shifting the branch point from here to here. So that's why I connected 1 divided by G4 plus G2 G3. So here what will happen, if there is not the point B, then we can say that this is a closed path. That means G4 plus G2 G3 and H2 forms a closed path. Why? Because this is a negative feedback and this is a open loop feedback. So combinedly we can say it as it is forming a closed loop circuit. So from here we can obtain, we can here we can apply the feedback element, so we can obtain the transfer function of the circuit across this loop. So I am replacing this loop with the transfer function, which is nothing but, here in the place of H there exists H2, and in the place of G there exists G4 plus G2 G3. If you are applying the negative feedback path, that what is the transfer function? That is G divided by 1 plus GH. So in the place of G, substitute G4 plus G2 G3, and in the place of H, substitute H2, so that we can obtain G4 plus G2 G3 divided by 1 plus G4 plus G2 G3 into H2. So for that purpose, for that reason, I mentioned the transfer function here like this in the step 4. That is G4 plus G2 G3 divided by 1 plus H2 into G4 plus G2 G3. Okay. So up to now it is clear, right? And by seeing the below feedback path, there exist two number of blocks here. Those are connected in series connection. Now the dotted line will not present here. Why? Because we shifted the takeoff point or branch point from B to C, right? So there is no line existing here. So now these two are connected in series connection, right? When these two are connected in series connection, what is the resultant block we can place here? The production of these two gains, right? So for that reason, by multiplying H1 G2 with 1 divided by G4 plus G2 G3, we can obtain it as G2 H1 divided by G4 plus G2 G3. So this is again a negative feedback. Why? Because here the the supply is negative. That means here we provided the feedback with a negative sign in the problem. So here also we have to place the negative only. And after that we are having a unity feedback from the takeoff point C to the initial summing point, which is also negative. That means here it is a unity negative feedback. So now what we have to do, we are replaced this one with the transfer function, and we substituted a single block in place of these two blocks. Now what will happen, again this block G1 and the resultant block which is obtained by solving loop 2 will be in series. Is it right? Here G1 and this transfer function are look like these are in series connection. Again we can apply the series formulation here. So what is the value, the product of two gains? Here the first block value is G1 and the second block value is G4 plus G2 G3 divided by 1 plus H2 into G4 plus G2 G3. So here I can multiply these two equations and I am putting in a single block, right? So this is the resultant value, and we can also apply the same, that is here there exists a negative feedback. After multiplying these two, I can simplify this circuit with the negative feedback system transfer function. That means the G value is G1 into G4 plus G2 G3 divided by 1 plus H2 into G4 plus G2 G3, and the H value is G2 H1 divided by G4 plus G2 G3, right? So in the place of H, substitute this value. In the place of G, substitute the overall gain value of these two blocks. Then you will obtain a transfer function like this by using the formula G divided by 1 plus GH. Why? Because here it is a negative feedback. So you have to apply the formula G divided by 1 plus GH. So from that formula we can obtain this one by simplifying. So finally we have to consider a negative unit feedback. So from this we can obtain the final transfer function. Now how we will obtain the final transfer function? Transfer function for a negative feedback signal is nothing but G divided by 1 plus GH. But here the H value is equal to 1. Why? Because it is a unit negative feedback. So consider H is equal to 1. So in the place of G, substitute this equation. Now you can get finally G1 into G4 plus G2 G3 divided by 1 plus G1 G2 H1 plus H2 into G4 plus G2 G3 plus G1 into G4 plus G2 G3. So this is the final transfer function which we have to obtain for the given block diagram, or else we can represent only this transfer function in form of a block, in the form of representation of a block with a input R of S and output Y of S. So what it indicates, the number of blocks in the block diagram are reduced to a single block by using the block diagram reduction method. So this is about the conversion of the number of blocks into a single block, or else the determination of transfer function by using the block diagram reduction method. So next we will solve another problem having number of gains as G1, G2. That means there existing two forward path gains and three feedback gains here. H1, H2, H3, all these are feedback gains. So here what I have to do, initially I can simplify this circuit and this circuit separately, and the final circuit can be simplified. But here there existing a summing point, so I am not able to simplify that one. So initially I am simplifying the RHS side part. So here I am considering G2 and H2 both are having a closed path, right? So from that I can apply the transfer function equation, that means G divided by 1 plus G into H. Here it is a negative feedback, so I am applying it as G divided by 1 plus G into H. From that equation I can obtain G2 divided by 1 plus G2 into H2, right? So here what I done, I eliminated the first loop, which here I'm considering this loop as the first loop. So here I'm eliminating the loop number 1. So from that I obtained this one. And next what I am doing is moving the branch point or pick off point or take off point from the point A to behind the block G2 divided by 1 plus G2 into H2. That means moving the branch point from the point A to from the point B. Okay, so Now what I have to do to move the point, I have to take the inverse of the gain G. That means 1 plus G2 H2 divided by G2 in series with H1. So that's why I considered like this. So what will happen? Now consider this loop as a feedback loop. This is a overall feedback loop. So what you have to do, you have to consider this loop as a feedback loop. Then these two are in series connection and that is in parallel with H3. Why? Because here the input to these two blocks is same, that is the y of s only. This is also y of s and this is also y of s. So you can consider the overall arrangement which is obtained by series connection of h1 and 1 plus g2 h2 divided by g2 is in parallel with h3. So here if these two are in series, then how I can simplify this equation? That is the product of these two values, that means h1 into 1 plus G2 H2 divided by G2. That is the single block which I obtained here. That should be in parallel with H3, right? So I have to write H3 into H3 plus H1 into 1 plus G2 H2 divided by G2. So that one I represented here with a single block. And here the input is negative to the summing point, right? So that's why I represented negative here. So now I can say that this is a single closed loop having a negative feedback signal. So this can be represented with a single G and this can be represented with a H. Now we can obtain the transfer function for this particular closed loop. What is the transfer function equation now? G divided by 1 plus GH, right? So here in the place of G, you can substitute G1, G2 divided by 1 plus G2, H2. And in the place of H, you can substitute that H3 plus H1 into 1 plus G2, H2 divided by G2. So by substituting this G and H equations in the transfer function equation, that is G divided by 1 plus GH, we can obtain the transfer function equation as G1, G2 divided by 1 plus G2, H2 plus G1 G2 H3 plus G1 H1 plus G1 G2 H1 H2, right? So this equation can be obtained by simplifying these two values in the transfer function equation by substituting these two values as G and H in the transfer function equation. So from this equation we can say that this is the final transfer function equation for the given control system block diagram. Otherwise we can represent this transfer function with a single block by representing the input with R of S and by representing the output with Y of S. So this is the conversion of number of blocks having a control system into a single block by using block diagram reduction method, or else obtaining the transfer function of a control system having blocks by using a block diagram reduction method. This is the procedure to obtain the transfer function by using the block diagram reduction method. Okay, thank you.